A South Carolina deputy is being investigated after a viral video of him went berserk.
Wow.
He's yanking a female high school student down to the ground from her desk, and he's being assigned to other duties during the investigation. And Brian, what did you say what's happening?
The FBI is now investigating.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
The FBI is investigating. First of all, I think we heard about this story. The girl was told multiple times
to get off of her phone.
Get off the phone. There's no right or reason for him to be doing this type of harm. That's ridiculous. But at the same time, you got to follow the rules in school. First of all, why are there cell phones in school? This shouldn't even be a problem to begin with, and he should have been acting like that on top of it.
But Raven, this guy was known in that school. They called him the Incredible Hulk. He can bench...
Amongst students, though, but amongst the administration, they had just given him a award for being a role model.
No, they had actually, he had gotten in trouble before for already laying his hands on his students,
He had,
if I'm
but
not
the
mistaken.
school gave him an award last year for being a role model.
A role model who beats his students.
Students call him the Incredible
I don't care
Hulk.
what award they gave him, but yeah, still, I mean, the girl was obviously, like, not following the rules, but you cannot lay your hands on someone, I mean, maybe even in jail, but even on Beyond Scared Straight, which you know is a show I love, they never hit the kids like that.
They can't. He was actually sued for false arrest, excessive force, and battery in 2007 after a couple accused him of manhandling him. He has a record, and he's still hired, but at the same time, get off your phone. You are in school. Get off your phone.
Well, that's the thing, too. It's get off your phone. It's get off your phone, but it doesn't seem that young people, and it just seems a little bit more prevalent now that they have that respect for authority. And I think a lot of it comes from the home. If the parents aren't demanding respect, if the parents aren't bringing their kids up right,
that is true.
They expect the teachers and they expect the administrators to instill values. That's your job as parents, okay?
But you also should not beat students. Like, it's,
No,
I know
I
where
agree.
we're going with
Agree.
this,
This is
but
true.
like, I'm
This is
sorry.
true.
I mean, come on, that
There's
I've never
two
seen
wrongs.
someone that was like looked like CGI.
That's
He
not
flung
right.
her out of that chair so fast it looked fake.
The clarification on South Carolina's story, Brian?
According to CNN, the deputy won the lawsuit against him for excessive force.
Oh,
the deputy won the line back in 2007.
Can someone at The View just tell Raven-Symoné to shut the fuck up? Can we, if I can just have one wish this year, it would be for Raven to shut the fuck up. You know, if you haven't been living under a rock, you know, everybody's heard about this Spring Valley High School assault that happened on this student where, quote unquote, you know, there was no real evidence about it, but supposedly there was a young black child, and I do have to use the word black because that plays a part into this situation. Apparently she was being disruptive. They told her to get off the phone. She wouldn't get off the phone, you know, etc., etc. Typical things that high school kids do. You know, we've all been in high school before. Well, hopefully we have. And we all seen those kids who are disruptive in the classroom, whether it's them looking for attention, whether it's them having, you know, social issues within themselves, etc., etc. We've all seen these kids be disruptive in class, and it's a day-to-day thing, you know, and there's proper protocol that is supposed to take place when you have students in the classroom who are being disruptive. But they called this top flight security guy over, this officer or whatever, and I mean, he takes this girl and mauls her down like a damn defensive end on the St. Louis Rams because she wouldn't remove herself from the classroom. And I had previously did a video on this, but I didn't put it up because I said, you know, let me sit back and let me see what else comes out about this story. And, you know, news has came out that the young lady, you know, she had just lost her mother, you know, and I can't imagine, you know, how rough that would be, especially, you know, a teenager. But she had lost her mother, you know, I believe she was in an orphan home or something like that. And, you know, the young girl probably was dealing with some things. Now, I'm not saying that you're not supposed to follow classroom rules or whatever, but at the same time, you have to, this goes back to why I said you have to follow proper protocol, because you don't know what's going on with that student. You don't know if that student has ADHD. You don't know if that student is suicidal. You don't know if they have personal issues going on. That's why you always handle things in a proper way. But, you know, going back to the incident, the cop mauled her to the ground like a damn inmate. I mean, it was totally uncalled for. But then we got The View this morning, and, you know, Raven-Symoné, as always, being the idiot she is, comes out and basically somewhat justifies this officer doing this to this student. And, you know, in the black community, it's always a group of black people who always justify what happens to our people in general or our children. It never fails. When the incident happened with that pool party, was that a couple of months ago, where the officer came out there like a goddamn lion and, you know, attacked that young black girl like an alligator down to the ground, was harassing the young boys after they were showing respect to the officer. We saw how we had people within the black community come out and say, well, you know, they were probably doing this or they were doing this and such. Say it's always a justification to why police officers do things to our people from people within our community. Now, I expect, you know, white folks with certain mindsets to come out and say, oh, well, she had to be doing something for him to do that, but not people within our own community, given our history in this country, given the history that we have with police officers using bad protocol and conduct towards our people. But, you know, Raven-Symoné, you know, she needs her ass kicked, you know, because, you know, every time we have an issue that involves the black community, she comes out. And she comes with, she puts on her great little tap and shoot and she gets the tapping. But Raven-Symoné, please shut the fuck up. And I don't know why the View, you know, even has this chick on it. You know, I get it. I know how television works. You need somebody on it that's kind of controversial. But Raven-Symoné is getting to the point where, you know, I mean, she's going overboard. And I think part of the reason why she still has a job on the View is because she insults the black community. See, it's cool when you come out on TV and you say derogatory things towards the black community, but let her come out and say something against gays or, you know, the feminist movement or anything like that, or the Jewish community, or her ass is out of there. And I guarantee you that. Look how they treat Stephen A. Smith. Get on there almost every day and insult the black community, nothing said. He comes out, makes a logical statement about women who attack men and then play the victim when the man attacks them back. He gets suspended. So there's a lot of double standards that go on within the media and within the entertainment industry, and Raven-Symoné needs to be let go. You know, I don't know whether they have on the contract or what, but her ass gotta go. But before she does anything, please shut the fuck up. Just do that for me. Do that for the whole entire black community. But I'm out.